Johnny, I've gotten some great news.
Really, Johnny? What is it?
Colon Weekly thinks I'm in the running for colon of the year. They think I may have the most attractive colon in America.
By what criteria exactly do they judge the most attractive colon in America?
Look at this picture that Colon Weekly sent me of my colon. Is that a great looking colon or what?
There's a colon weekly? Wow, that's kind of disturbing. That is a nice colon, I guess. When did you find out if you, win?
Well, first I have to send them 3 easy monthly payments of $99.95 for the commemorative hard copy edition of the Rear End Review.
Rear End Review? That's pretty funny. You should use that on the show, Johnny.
This is no laughing matter, Donnie. I think my chances are pretty good.
Oh, you were being serious. Sorry, Johnny, but I think this is probably a vanity colon publishing scam. They're just trying to get $300 from you.
I don't know, Donnie. They seem pretty legit to me.
Okay, how did they get a picture of your colon? Did you send it to them?
No, they said my doctor sent it in after my medical thingy.
When did you have a colonoscopy?
What's a colonoscopy?
Oh, if you had one, you would remember it.
Why? Is it that much fun?
No. You should see your doctor, Johnny. Make sure everything back there is, okay.
I swear my ass is shrinking. I've got an old man grandpa butt now. I've got nothing to sit on. Maybe he could fix that.
We're back from commercial in 15 seconds.
Johnny, we've got a very unusual guest for you today.
Is it a panda?
No, Johnny, it's not a panda. It's a person with an unusual occupation.
Are they a plumber?
No, Johnny, our guest is a time traveler.
He gets paid to travel? That is awesome. Is he one of those influencer guys? Me, I'm way too smart to be influenced. I pretty much know everything already, and no one is going to change my mind about that.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the Johnny Sharkman Show, Dr. Marty Beckett.
Dr. Beckett, may I call you Reginald?
I prefer Marty, thank you.
Well, who wouldn't? So tell me about this time-traveling business. Who has influenced you? Mozart? Freud? Coach Ditka?
No, Johnny. I actually travel back and forth in time to various locations to investigate historical claims.
Wow, that's cool. Where and when have you been most recently?
I was in Antarctica in 1958 to investigate the theory that there is a dome over the center of the continent and a jungle paradise under the dome.
What? Okay. How was the jungle paradise?
I froze my ass off, Johnny. There is no dome. It was all a ridiculous story based upon the Antarctica Treaty of 1958 that some taki-tiki idiots made up.
I don't understand that whole taki-tiki thing. It's like people will say almost anything so that other stupid people will watch their stupid videos. But then what? It just seems kind of pointless to me.
And that's saying a lot.
Why, thank you, Reginald. Where else have you been recently?
I was in Switzerland in 2012 investigating the God particle and whether the discovery of it caused a rip in Earth's historical timeline.
Switzerland? Was God's participle really dangling?
No, Johnny. That's where CERN made the discovery that they call the God particle. They were doing super collider experiments at the time.
I saw this nature film the other day of these 2 rhinos, getting busy, doing it, getting down and dirty, getting their hump on.
I think I get the idea, Johnny. Was there a point to this?
Oh, yeah. Talk about your super colliders. Wow. Some things you can't unsee to unthink.
I'm having an experience like that now, I believe.
So did you find the God participle in Switzerland?
Well, I verified the results of the scientists' work there. Actually, it turns out that they didn't cause a rip in the timeline of Earth's history.
Well, that's a big relief. If I understood what you were talking about, I would probably be even more relieved. Where else have you been, Dr. Reggie?
I was in South Africa in 2012. I was researching the Mandela effect at that time.
Isn't that where a butterfly flaps its wings in Brazil and causes an earthquake in Turkey?
No, Johnny. The Mandela effect is where a large group of people remember famous events incorrectly. If you take, let's say, a random group of, stupid people who all believe that Nelson Mandela died in prison in South Africa in the 1980s, rather than what he actually did in 2013, you have the Mandela effect.
What did you find when you visited in 2012?
Nelson Mandela was still alive. We had lunch together at his favorite tripe place. That guy could eat some serious tripe, let me tell you.
So you disproved another theory by more idiots on Taki Tiki?
Yeah, pretty much.
Does it strike you that you spend a lot of time correcting idiots? Or is that not PC? Is correcting morons better?
No, not really. You have a point there, Johnny.
What was your most memorable time travel?
There are quite a few people who think the moon landings were fake, so I went to the moon on July 20th, 1969. I couldn't stay long since I didn't have a spacesuit. I had to hold my breath while I was up there.
Is it like the Terminator movies where you show up naked in a ball of lightning?
It is exactly like the Terminator movies.
What did you do up there while you were holding your breath?
I shook Neil Armstrong's hand when he stepped down onto the lunar surface. He was surprised to see me. I can tell you that I'm the reason he pauses after he says, "That's one small step for man."
You know, I always wondered about that pause. I thought he just forgot what he wanted to say for a minute there. I do that a lot.
No, he was just really surprised to see a naked guy shaking his hand as soon as he stepped onto the moon.
That surprises me every time, too. Well, thank you for joining us tonight.
Dr. Marty Beckett, ladies and gentlemen. Up next, please welcome comedian Rosie the Riot.
I think my neighbor is stalking me because she's been Googling my name on her computer. I saw it through my telescope last night. You know, when you make Irish bean soup, you need to make it with 239 beans. You know why? Because if you added one more, it would be too farty. I invented a new word! Plagiarism! This website said my password needed to be at least 8 characters and 1 number, so I changed it to Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs. So when I walked into the office this morning, my boss told me, "You have a good day." So I went home.
Wow, another great appearance from Rosie. We'll be right back after this word from our corporate overlords.